Ooh. Good morning and welcome to a new week. How's everybody holding up? The energies are just so intense at the moment, aren't they? And we've got the full moon in Cancer today. So I've got some notes. Let's have a look back and see what my thoughts were. So around the full moon in Cancer, I did a reading. Should have been released this morning. It was quite a big reading and quite dark and quite intense. Excuse me. Excuse me. And after I did the reading, I went away and contemplated on the cards more. And it boils down to shining a light on what and where we need healing. And coming back to the heart centre, I was watching some of my favourite astrologers and readers in the evening yesterday, and they're all saying the same thing in their own way. It's time to let go and release whatever it is that's keeping us small, that's preventing us from growing and evolving. I think the self-nurturing energy is really, really important. That sort of retreating into ourselves, taking care of ourselves first, because all that stuff out there is going to just continue on for a while yet. And I think the self-nurturing energy is going to be important all the way through to the next new moon, which is on the 1st of February, and it's in Aquarius. It will also be the Chinese New Year as well, the year of the water tiger. So yeah, an idea for something to do today is to set an intention for self-nurturing for the next 2 weeks and beyond that. We could always do with a bit of self-nurturing. And also, I think things are going to start easing up this week a little bit, because on Tuesday we've got Uranus stationing direct, and then in some places it's the 19th. Here in the UK it's going to be the 20th in the early hours. We have the sun moving into Aquarius, so the sun is moving away from those very strong, very deep Capricornian energies, and although we've still got Venus retrograding through Capricorn, and later next week, Mercury is going to retrograde back from Aquarius into Capricorn. Although we've still got those energies reigniting connections with Pluto and with Uranus, I think this Uranus stationing direct and the sun moving into Aquarius is going to lighten the energies, and we could start coming up with insights, discoveries and innovative solutions. That's the sort of feelings I'm getting coming up when I look through the astrology for this week. Another thing that I thought was really important for the full moon was this 5 of Cups that keeps coming up everywhere. It's a standout important card to me of healing that disappointment, grieving the knocking over of the 3 cups, even while we're aware that all is not lost and the 2 cups remain standing and there's something to move towards. Possibly this full moon, definitely this retrograde period, is a time to pause and experience the grief and the disappointment and the loss, or whatever emotions you're feeling around this 5 of Cups energy. Now is the time to grieve it. Maybe between the full moon and the next new moon, you do a releasing and letting go, ritual or journaling, or however you do that stuff, that you work with those energies so that it's released and let go of before we get into the first of the spring energies and also the Chinese New Year. The other thing from my reading was the shaman, and it's just about remembering that the magic is inside of you. It's always been there and it always will be there, as is the whole of the universe. And we just have to remember to come back to this knowing, anytime that it all feels out of control or overwhelming or too much, I think that's really important. So yeah, that's a bit more of my reflections on the reading that was scheduled to be released this morning. I actually did it yesterday. Okay, so today we've got the moon in Cancer all day long. This need for nurturing and self-care, protecting ourselves against vulnerability. The moon is going to trine Neptune, connecting to the universal unconscious, swimming in the ocean of eternal love, and just being connected to spirit, connected to higher source, connected in knowing that we're not alone. And then the moon is going to form an opposition with Pluto and with the sun. So when it does the opposition to the sun, that is the point of the full moon. Before that, a few hours before that, it's going to do an opposition. If we're going to do an opposition, it's going to be in opposition to Pluto. So again, these strong energies continue. But as I said, I do think it's a bit of a crescendo of everything. So let's see what the cards say. Supporting this energy, or how do we navigate this energy, and what messages are coming through from the universe. I just had a look at that and look at those lovely pinks and purples, connecting to the heart, connecting to spirituality, connected to a higher power, unfinished symphony. As I said the other day, about this doesn't just happen in a day. It's a continuing process that's going to be going on, intensifying and then receding for the next few years, really until Pluto enters Aquarius, I think, and Neptune enters Aries, and then the following year Uranus enters Gemini. So we've got this big energy going on. But I do think we have times of respite within that. It's not continuously intense. I've had lots of messages been coming through in my meditation in the mornings, around sort of what it is for me, in these big powerful energies, and how I'm reclaiming my powers, and what I'm up against in terms of the old structure and the old paradigms and authority and things. And yeah, there's been good insights as well, and then also seeing sides of myself that it's like, oof, I hope nobody else can see that. But acknowledging it, and feeling it, and just being with it. I mean, nobody's all good and nobody's all bad. We're a mixture of both types of energies, and while we're rejecting maybe the darker shadow energies, we're never going to come to wholeness. So I think it's really important sometimes just to say, yep, I was like that, or I am like that, and that is part of me. I wonder where it comes from, and start exploring it, but to integrate it as well. So yeah, interesting times. And again, coming back to the message from the full moon reading yesterday, as they're just playing with the energies, connecting to your soul and soul tribe, and just playing with the energies, and just seeing what opens up for you. Okay, so what do we need to know for today, the 17th of January 2022? Messages from Spirit for the collective, please. So at the bottom of the deck, we have Round and Round. Soulmates, lovely, lovely card. And Observer. Okay, so this is really talking to me about, are you going round and round in circles and not getting a grip or not getting any traction to move on? Or are you actually going with the energies and actually working in a spiral, doing the work, showing up, learning your lessons, and actually taking it to the next level? Soulmates is again taking me back to sort of yesterday, and soul tribes and things like that. We're all soulmates. Sometimes we just have more of a special journey with some souls than others. So within the greater tribe, you may find a particular soulmate. I don't believe there's just one soulmate for each person in a lifetime. I think we have lots of different soulmates. They come in as friends, they come in as colleagues, they come in as lovers. They are a group of souls who have all decided or all agreed to work together on some aspect or some lesson or something, or some healing and resolving of old patterns or something. So yeah, connecting to your soulmates, or if you're feeling alone, asking for you to connect to your soulmates and for your soulmates to come into your life, and then sitting back and observing what happens, where things are evolving, what's coming up for you. Yesterday we got again in the full moon reading, we got a distinct no. Stop, connect to the soul family, play in the energies until sort of you learn what you need to learn. There is no moving forward, and the lesson to learn was we can't do this journey coming from lack and isolation and things like that. It was really about coming back to the heart. Once we come back to the heart, then the world opens up for us and we can move forward. So we'll see what the cards have to say for today. Because it's Monday, we do have the Mystic Monday cards. So what do we need to know for today, the 17th of January 2021? Messages from Spirit for the collective, please. What do we need to know? I think sort of one of the big messages for today is, if you can, I know it's a Monday, but everybody can be gentle with themselves and gentle with others. But if you can, sort of, you're able to just take yourself away for a bit of self-nurturing, even in the evening, after work, after responsibilities and things like that. Just taking time out just to self-nurture. So what do we need to know for today? Messages from Spirit for the collective for the 17th of January 2022. Let's see where we are. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Magician, the Chariot, Princess of Swords, the Moon, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so where we find ourselves, the spark of a new idea, the Ace of Wands, an opening, an inspiration, the beginnings of a passion, a gift from the universe, from Source, a gift of inspiration, a gift of passion. When I talk about passion, it doesn't have to be sexual passion and things. It can be, passion that becomes your work or something, or it's part of your purpose here, or whatever. So, but a new beginning, a spark, as we release and let go of the old belief patterns and things, then we create the space for a new spark of inspiration to come in. Then the Moon card, which is intuition, emotions, what's coming up from the subconscious for you. We have the Two of Pentacles and this infinity, backwards and forwards, juggling the energies. This reminds me of play, weighing up options in a playful way. Start imagining sort of what might come of the different options and things that you find yourself with. The Mercury card, information, communication, the details. We have the Four of Wands. This is the portal of the full moon that we're passing through. If we've done the work, if we've been showing up, if we've been doing our best to work with the energies, then the full moon, the point of the full moon, can be a portal that opens up and lets us through, ready to start on the next bit of the journey. With the full moon being a crescendo of energies before, crescendo of the waxing energies before the point of the full moon, or the moment of the full moon, before you then start with the waning energies. So it is I see it as a portal. Then the Venus card, our values around love and money, relationships, beauty, harmony in our lives. Then we have the Ten of Cups, the Happy Ever After card. What is your greatest desire? What is it that you want to take forward? This connection to the heart. When we do that, it opens up so much for us. Then we have the Sun card, our identity, our core vitality and inner strength, and how we shine out into the world. And again, a link to yesterday's full moon reading, we have the Magician. I was saying, remember that the magician, the shaman, the magic is always within you. The whole universe is within you and is the light that carries us forward. Okay, so we have the Magician there, playing with the energies. Coming back to this, the Two of Pentacles, playing with the energies in a fun way. We don't have to always be serious or whatever. Often we achieve more when we're playing, when we're in flow with the rhythms and the patterns. Then the Mars card, which is how we take action, our will, our drive, our determination, our creativity. We have the Chariot. As we do this, we can begin to race forward into the next challenge. I'm sure I've said to you all before about sort of in life. My experience of what I found is, so you start off on a journey from point A to point B and it takes you all over the place. It's never a straight line, it's just all over the place. And eventually you get to point B and there's a, I did it, I made it. And it almost feels sometimes that can just be momentary pause or momentary celebration, things like that, before you're plunged into the next journey. And that's how I'm seeing the Chariot today. The Jupiter card, which is what's working for us, opportunities, openings, hope, good luck, expansion and justice and truth and freedom. We have the Princess of Swords, cutting away the negative, and the negative thinking, the negative thought patterns, the old stories, releasing them from ourselves. Okay, and then the Saturn card, what holds us back, what limits us, the obstacles, restrictions, responsibilities, commitments, but also grounding and things like that. We have the moon card. Okay, the moon can be illusions, delusions, shadow sides coming up, that peak and that crescendo of energies might be overwhelming, and we want to retreat into our shell. That's fine. And just be aware that it can be feeling vulnerable because the full moon is in Cancer and it's opposite both the Sun and Pluto. Very powerful, transformative energies and shining a light into the darkness, that we can be feeling very vulnerable, which brings me back to the self-care and everything. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck, the card for the general energy of the reading, we have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Velvet waiting, not wanting to be released from this, but playing with the energies, knowing that it will be resolved in its own time, and just taking each step and doing the work with each step and enjoying it and finding it being pleasurable, even in the hardest moments, trying to find something that is the thing that keeps you going, connecting to the soul levels, remembering the magic's inside of you, going home and doing some self-nurturing, whatever it is, connecting with friends, knowing that this is a bigger journey and everybody is on it. Okay, so that's today's reading. I know it can feel a bit intense, but just do what you can to get through, remembering you're not alone, and that I do believe this week the energy is going to ease up quite a bit. Okay, if this resonated for you, then please like, share and subscribe to the channel. For notifications, click on the wiggly bell. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then please email me at the email address below in the description box. Have a wonderful, nourishing day. I hope things aren't too chaotic or overwhelming for you. And until next time, thank you for watching.